I was on a different open house tour. I was going to Lake Catholic. My dad was like, oh, we got enough time to make one more. We're driving, and I had never heard of where we're going, and I don't even think he mentioned it. I was just like, whatever. We got to MOK, and by the time he pulled off, I was like, Dad, where are we going? And he said Benedictine, and I was like, oh, I've never even heard of this place. And he just like off comment mentioned, it's like, oh, your great uncle went here. I've heard some decent things about it over the years. Coworkers went there. We walk on in, we're greeted by the admissions staff at the time, and they asked me to go write my name down on a name tag. So I go over to the admissions table, go down, write my name down. And my dad had looked up and saw the pictures on the wall. He's like, oh, I wonder if great uncle George is up here. And in that moment, I looked up from writing my name down, and right up there was his little picture on the wall. It was kind of like this like little sign, this good omen going into it, that I was like, this is gonna be a good place for me. Like, this was meant to be. It's God's plan. It was meant to be there. And then so I went there for the next 4 years, and my brother ended up following me up the next year.
Benedictine was a fit. It felt like home, you know. It had that home feel. I came in shadow, and then it just felt fun being here and laughing and joking with the guys. They don't treat you like a shadow. They treated you as if you were already a student. I felt welcomed. It's no brainer for me, Benedictine.
It's special. There's something here. Honestly, it stems from the fact that you have a monastic staff here. You have men who have given their lives in service of God, in service of the monastery, in service of the school, and that doesn't happen anywhere else. I'm a product of public school, and there's a pretty cohesive faculty there for a very long time, but you're not going to see nearly the cohesion as men who wake up in this place and go to sleep at this place in their backyards.
I subbed for 3 years, and I went all around the greater Cleveland area to many different schools, and then I was also at the grade school Catholic schools. So I've been in a lot of different places, and I do have to say and agree that Benedictine is very special, and it's definitely unique, and there's definitely something like here that cannot just be replicated in another school building somewhere else.
Very quickly, when these guys come in, within a couple months, there's relationships forming. They're on the same team, they're watching out for each other, they're helping each other. And our upperclassmen do such a great job of welcoming these guys in, making them feel part of the place very quickly. There are so many seniors that I've worked with who do this amazing job of, you can call it onboarding, but just bringing these guys in, these freshmen in, and really mentoring them, working with them. And what happens is those freshmen, they become those seniors, they become those men of Benedictine.
There's definitely a strong brotherhood here. They keep getting closer every year. We care about it more, we build each other up. I went to Lucas High School in Lucas, Ohio. It's near Mansfield. It's a small rural school. I went to a school with a marching band of 12 members, and that was really frustrating. It was very discouraging that our program was dwindling and there wasn't a lot of support. And so that's why I wanted to be a music teacher, is I wanted to go to a school and kind of build up a program that I feel like I missed out on. The most important thing I've learned is that even if with a small group, you still need to treat them the same as a big group. When I came in, they were discouraged. I could feel they're discouraged and just feeling low, exactly like I did when I was in high school and we had a small band. So my goals, with them and growing the program is that even though they're small, they can still sound good, they can still look good. You don't have to have 150 members to sound good and look good. You just have to care about it and pour your heart into what you have. It's really important for directors and your coaches and your parents and all of the adults in your life to show you that there's a lot of opportunities when you leave. And in order to do that, we have to provide them with opportunities here.
If I ever want to get my wife upset with me, all I'll do is I'll say, I can't draw. That's the worst thing you can say to her, because she knows very well that you can draw and she'll get something out of you. One of the nice things about what you've done here is that I walk through the hallways every day, on the third floor, the first floor showcase, or even the main office, and I see from what you've been able to have these kids produce, a whole different side of them. I see their hobbies, I see their interests, I see passions, and I see good work. And it gives me, at least as a teacher in the classroom regularly, another connection with them in order to try to build those bonds and understand, what's this kid like? And it's kind of what Benedictine has been for me for a while. It's been the idea that we were a small enough school and there's enough people here who are dedicated and want to be a part of it, that they can sit down and give kids that individual attention. They can really get to know each one of those students.
Everyone thinks it's art, oh, I don't know how to draw, and that's it. There's so many different mediums and so many different things that I wanted to make it so that way they can find something that they like. Even though if they might struggle in one medium, they find out they really like doing sculpture instead of drawing, or they'd like to do more graphic design on the computer. It is nice to see them flourish in different ways and finding their medium that they like to work in.
I think being here at Benedictine, I mean, it's not easy, but I also do think that Benedictine prepared me for college and life. It's home. You want to invest in what's yours. You want to give back to something that's yours. I was able to buy in growing up. Paid off for me. I think it paid off for me really well. And so coming back, for me, it's doing the same. Being that role model, really trying to coach these guys up. How are you going to be better? What do you want to do when you leave here? What mark do you want to leave on Benedictine? No, just it's hardships alone, which is like, all right, well, helps you buckle down and learn time management, studying skills, how to speak to all walks of life here, and how to really deal with everyday real world. Because I think, everyone's not going to look like you, act like you, dress like you, talk like you. How do you maneuver through that?
We have guys here who are in soccer and band and play practice, who are doing Shakespeare recitation contests, who are in the engineering club, who are helping film all these basketball games and putting on a great production, while also being in the basketball program themselves. We got guys here who are helping in the IT department. Everyone here has something that they're passionate about, whether it's sports, whether it's the drama, the plays, arts. And some students are involved in all of these many facets, and it leads to a really busy lifestyle on top of your regular coursework and then having a job outside of school, which I know a lot of students do. So what I think that gives you after 4 years of high school is a really well-rounded student. If you're gonna go to a high school and just sit in class for 8 hours a day and get a good GPA, that's great. But if you're in soccer and drama, you're leading prayer and you're serving at Mass and you're reading at Mass and doing all these things and wearing all these different hats, and I think that's something that Benedictine offers the ability to do with all their students. And we encourage that to a very high degree. When they leave, they're a well-rounded individual.